Welcome, friends, on antimicrobial resistance genomic surveillance dynamic series. Today, I will be talking on a very important problem we call CRE variants and drug resistance. Now, we are concerned about the COVID variants, Omicron variants, recently identified JN.1 variants, causing a lot of chaos all across the globe. But we don't know about the CRE variants. CRE is a carbapenem resistant enterobacterial or enterobacteriaceae. What is CRE and what is enterobacteriaceae? Let me talk about it. CRE is a carbapenem resistant enterobacteriaceae. It means enterobacteriaceae members of bacteria, which includes normal pathogens like E. coli, Klebsiella, and others, which are opportunistic pathogens. Now, when the resistance develop in these bacteria against the carbapenem group of drugs, which is the last resort of drug, that is imipenem and meropenems, and several other variants like doripenem and actapenem. But generally used variant antibiotics are imipenem and meropenems in the various hospital settings and hospital settings and community settings. These variants, which are emerge regularly and on the timeline, and I just take an example of NDM1. NDM1 is an enzyme which completely chopped off, which completely degrade the all carbapenems, including imipenem, meropenems, as well as the other beta-lactam antibiotics, which are old generation antibiotics. That includes like third generation of cephalosporin, cefepime, and others. So in case if the bacteria emerge with new variants of NDM1 under the CRE category, then the infection control is very, very challenging and very difficult. Now, I just take an example. In last 10 years or so, NDM as one of the carbapenemase produced by the bacteria has emerged up to more than 60 different variants. And these variants are emerged due to the either single mutations or double mutations or even multiple mutations at different sites in the gene of NDM. Now, the severity of these infections, which is caused by these new variants, is lying here in the sense that the infection control is a challenge for the healthcare worker, because the last resort of antibiotics, that is imipenem and meropenem, which is given to treat the infection, is failed. So if you look at the percent emergence of these kind of a superbug, these kind of a variants rather, fast variants, is up to 30% to 40% all across the globe. It depends on the because the data, the main data is not available in the Indian system where we can say with the certainty that 30% or 40%. But if you look in different regions, in different populations, you find variation in the percent resistance against these carbapenems because of the emergence of these variants in the bacteria. Moreover, the infection which we are talking about is a common infection. We are not talking about the tuberculosis, death by tuberculosis. We are talking about the death by common infection due to the resistance. And if you look at the bacteria which are causing death globally are caused by E. coli, Klebsiella pneumonia, A. baumannii, Pseudomonas, S. aureus is more than Mycobacterium tuberculosis, that is tuberculosis causing bacteria. So that shows that how scary is that the situation that antibiotic resistant bacteria, they are causing infections, and infections may not be treated, and when it is not treated, the death rate is increasing. So I think this is important to understand what is CRE, carbapenem resistance emergence. We call it CRE is important because carbapenems are last resort of drugs, and after carbapenem, no antibiotics has been produced. Of course, colicin is being given to cope up with the this situation, but even the colistin resistance has also emerged, which I'm not talking in this video today, because of the MCR1 and MCR1 variants like MCR 5.1, 9.1, 10.1s variants, which are in Indian system, which we identified through genomic surveillance. So this is just to make you aware about this CRE variants, and you should also go through the literatures and find what the CREs are and how we can protect ourselves by not taking much antibiotics, especially imipenem, meropenem for the small infections, and even during the small flu kind of situations, because nowadays the flu is a very common, not necessarily because of JN.1 strain or COVID-19 variant strain, but it's a common flu, has become very common. People are scared that it might be because of the COVID-19, so they start treating with antibiotics and so on and so forth, and that may put a lot of impact on the drug resistance situation. So I think we should avoid these things, taking until unless we have a secondary infection fully established, so we can go with the physicians and ask physicians, qualified physicians, to provide the proper medicines to subside this secondary infection. Thank you very much.